coming up on SportsCenter. Would Michael Chang chew on the Big Apple en route to the Open Finals?
I'll tell you my life story right here, right now.
We don't mean to flex our muscles, but hey, that's our job. Here we go. College football provided plenty of hard hits, as well as little people trying to make hits. Could Manning make the Rose Bowl Peyton's place? Florida's place is #1, but Saturday, they felt like 82. There were lots of firsts at Notre Dame's new place, but baseball also made a big splash. The Orioles tried to take the Yankees out of the AL East race, while the Mariners raced towards a record of their own. There was plenty of good defense to please everyone. So sit still and hold on, because a rolling stone gathers no moss. SportsCenter is next.
Hi there, welcome to SportsCenter. Bill Pidto along with Pam Ward.
And coming up, taking the U.S. out of the U.S. Open. The college football season gets into full swing, but we start with a double duel on the Braves.
Indeed, in the standings and in a race for a postseason award. The Braves are dueling for a division crown, and two Atlanta pitchers are dueling for the Cy Young. Denny Nagel has 19 wins. His 2.70 ERA is 5th best in the league. Greg Maddux is 17-4. His 2.39 ERA is 2nd best in the league. So, who's it going to be? Maddux has already won 4 Cy Youngs, and Chipper Jones says no matter what Maddux does, he's always going to be the front runner. Maddux on the hill at San Diego. Maddux getting ready to go. Top of the second, 3-0 Atlanta. Tony Graffinino on.
Deep to left.
And rocks one to left. Graffinino at the plate. Gone. His 6th home run of the year. 4-0 Atlanta. Next man up, Maddux himself. Rips one to left. Goes for second. Not the best of ideas. Watch this. And he is out. Joe West says, you know, Greg, you should not have tried for the double. Stick with the single. San Diego now going to the bullpen for help. They needed it. Heath Murray in. 6-0 Braves. Bases loaded for Fred McGriff. Could it be a grand slam? Oh, so close. Turns out to be a single. 2 runs come in to score. It's 8-0 Atlanta. And Maddux focused. Chris Jones, down he goes. And the Braves win it 9-1. Maddux gives up just 4 hits in 7 innings. He's now 18-4. Maddux did not walk a batter for the 16th time in his 30 starts this season. Only one Padre got as far as third base. 3 RBIs for the Braves, Andrew Jones. Marlins and the Dodgers, top of the 3rd. Levon Hernandez, a pitcher at the plate, bases loaded. Pops it foul behind the plate. Mike Piazza flips off the mask. I got it. Great catch. Watch it again. Piazza never takes his eye off the ball to look at the screen and makes the play. Top of the 4th, 3-0 Marlins. Cliff Floyd has been bothered by injuries throughout his career, and this one is a 2-run home run, his 2nd of the game and 5th of the year. 5-0 in favor of Florida. Bottom of the 5th now. Dodgers rallying, down 5-3. Piazza takes Hernandez to the wall in center. Otis Nixon scores from second, and the Dodgers at this point down by the score of 5-4. Bottom 7th, still 5-4 game. Nixon singles to left center. Wilton Guerrero comes in to score from second, and the game is all tied at 5. Todd Zeile here in the bottom of the 8th. A solo home run, his 25th of the year. He had 25 as well last year. That's his career high. Dodgers take a 6-5 lead. How about Eddie Murray? Does it again. Bottom of the 8th. Pinch hit single to right. Darren Lewis scores. And the Dodgers win it 9-5 as Florida blows the 5-0 lead. Hernandez had no decision. He was trying to become the first rookie in 84 years to start a season 10-0. In his 2nd game as a Dodger, Murray, you saw that, got another pinch hit, driving in another run. The standings in the National League East, Atlanta leads Florida by 4 games. The Marlins took 8 of 12 against the Braves this season. The 2 teams don't meet again this year. Astros and the Giants. Top of the 1st, no score. Luis Gonzalez at the plate. Grounds one to first, but J.T. Snow is there. Flips it to Wilson Alvarez. Nice play. Top of the 5th, Jeff Bagwell's at the plate. And that one is out of here. 2-run home run, and Houston's up by the score of 2-1.
It is gone.
Bottom of the 5th, Alvarez is at the plate. Grounds to short, but Ricky Gutierrez makes a stop. Alvarez doesn't have the greatest of wheels, does he? Out at first. Top of the 7th, Derek Bell up, bases loaded. Ball comes to Damon Berryhill. In time at first. Dusty Baker says, way to go. Derek Bell says, not a way to go. Bottom of the 8th, Bill Miller up. Singles to center. Marvin Bernard comes around to score. Ties the game at 2 runs apiece. Astros pitcher Chris Holt has significant issues. Next man up, Barry Bonds. Hits it to first. Bagwell tries to turn 2, but the throw goes into left field. Darrell Hamilton comes in to score And Dusty Baker and the Giants go on to win. Yes, indeed, 5-3. The Giants scoring 4 in the 8th, winning for the 18th time in their last at bat. As Baker says, that's what a championship team has to do. You have to come from behind to win sometimes. Roberto Hernandez got to win Friday night. He gets a save in this one. So the Dodgers remain 2 games in front of the Giants. Both teams have won 2 in a row, but have only 2 meetings the rest of the way.
The talk of matching Maris stopped long ago as Ken Griffey Jr.'s pursuit of the single-season home run record slowed to a crawl. But the pace has picked up, as have the whispers of history. 13 more homers to go, 21 games to do it. Jr. just part of a Mariners power surge that has him on pace to break the Orioles team record for home runs set just last season. In Minnesota Saturday, Jr. needs 1 more for 50, and Rich Robertson makes sure he doesn't get it there with the high heat for the strikeout. But the Mariners get a little bit of bat from Jay Buhner, who takes Robertson up and over the center field wall. His 33rd home run of the year. The Mariners are up 1-0. Jeff Vicero on his game as he works Ron Coomer inside to the fastball for strike 3. Terry Steinbach change up away, misses, and then Marty Cordova busted inside for the strikeout. Meanwhile, Jr. struggles. Todd Ritchie gets him with the fastball, and Vicero stayed strong. Marty Cordova goes down swinging. Vicero goes the distance, matches his career high of 15 wins with his 2nd complete game of the year. It's his first shutout since June 29th last year, when he was a Montreal Expo. Ken Griffey Jr., who had hit 6 home runs in his last 4 games, went 0 for 4 with a walk. Bobby Higginson hit his 3rd grand slam of the season for the Tigers, who are 5-0 against the Angels this year. Todd Jones picks up his 27th save of the year for Detroit. Anaheim's lost 6 of 7, 15 of 21. So the Angels continue to go south in the standings. 5-game losing streak puts them 5 games behind Seattle. First time they've trailed by this much since July 5th. The Mariners, meanwhile, have won 3 in a row. How about the Orioles? Trying to make it 3 in a row over the Yankees. Cal Ripken Jr. 2 years ago to the day that he broke Lou Gehrig's record. Here, Geronimo Baroa breaks Ramiro Mendoza's heart with his 24th home run of the year to left field. That time, Orioles up 1-0 in the first. Scott Erickson, good. Paul O'Neill jammed, and he flies out to Brady Anderson in the outfield. O'Neill 1 for 4 and not happy with the camera guy. You could electrocute yourself doing that. Then Erickson gets some defensive help. Wade Boggs going to drive one. Bang, right into the gap. Boggs is thinking double maybe, but Brady Anderson has other thoughts as he grabs it as he goes towards the wall. Next inning, Derek Jeter grounds to Mike Bordick. It's short. 1 of 14 ground ball outs for Erickson. Joe Torre has to wonder when the bats are going to wake up. In the 7th, Erickson against Mike Stanley gets some swinging. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game against Stanley. Hideki Irabu, can we wake up, please? The Yankees lose their 6th in a row. The Orioles win it. Erickson finishes with a 4-hitter. The Orioles have matched their biggest lead of the season over the Yankees. New York, meanwhile, has lost 6 straight. Says manager Joe Torre, our problem right now is we need a win. That's why he's the manager. The Orioles 7-0 against the Yanks this season, and they can wrap up a season or a series sweep Sunday in the Bronx. Birds have been in first place all season long in the AL East. Bill.
Florida State is the only Division I school to win at least 10 games for 10 straight years. Could this be the year for a fall-off? All-world running back Warwick Dunn and defensive lineman Peter Boulware are both in the NFL, and Thad Busby again has to prove he belongs as FSU's #1 quarterback. The highly touted Dan Kendra waits in the wings. FSU at USC, call it alphabet soup. It's 7-all, so Bobby Bowden is pacing. Then Thad Busby in the 4th quarter, going back to pass. E.G. Green over the middle. Cuts to the outside, goes all the way down to the SC 36-yard line. 4 plays later, 1st and goal from the 3. D. Feaster's got himself a feast of a play. 3 yards and a touchdown, 14-7. The SC comeback will rely on the new quarterback, John Fox. 3rd and 3 from the 28. Fox back to pass. Billy Miller, 13 yards. 1st down. 3rd and 8, less than 4 minutes left. Ball at the FSU 38. Miller again. 1st down. 4th and 6 here, though. Fox looks again for Miller. They didn't throw a long enough pass. No 1st down. And that was that as the Trojans go down. FSU wins it 14-7. Rare for FSU not to pile up the points. Busby, 10-1 as a starter last year, goes 19 of 39 for 276 yards. Fox, in his first career start for USC, went 18 of 32 for 159 yards. UCLA, Tennessee, All-American linebacker Leonard Little was big. First quarter, no score. Cade McNown dropping back. Little incoming. And we got ourselves a safety. It's 2-0 Volunteers. Second quarter, Peyton Manning getting hot. Marcus Nash has got it. 39 yards, touchdown. Manning had 2 TD passes in the game. 24-0 Tennessee. Second half, Bruins come back down 27-15. Skip Hicks has got it on the screen pass. And Hicks is coming to the outside. A developing situation. 50 yards and a touchdown. Bruins down 27-21. Late fourth, Bruins down 6 and driving. Again, the screen to Hicks. Hicks with a big gain. But again, it's Little. Comes out of nowhere to make the strip. Tennessee recovers to stop the drive. UCLA then would force the Vols to punt. Last chance, fourth down. McNown rolls right, looks to hit the open Eric Scott. Tennessee holds on to win, 30-24. Manning throwing for 341 yards, giving him 651 passing yards in his first 2 games. UCLA's McNown, spectacular in the loss, 27 of 43 for 400 yards, but he was sacked 7 times. Tennessee is now 2-0. UCLA drops to 0-2. Washington, BYU. Washington's up 14-7, 35 seconds left in the first half. Brock Heward, quarterback. Fred Coleman, touchdown. Washington's up 21-7 at the half. Third quarter, Washington pours it on. Rashawn Sheehy, that's Sheehy, follows his blockers, takes off down the sidelines. Ends up getting stopped at the 1-yard line. 77-yard run. Later in the third, Washington's up 28-7. Heward fakes the handoff, and it's Sheehy all alone for a 23-yard touchdown. Washington rolls 42-20. BYU's 12-game winning streak dating back to last year is over. The last time the Cougars lost, it actually came against these Huskies last year. Sheehy going for 171 yards and a touchdown. He also caught a pass for TD. Huskies outgained the Cougars 289-2 on the ground.
Though the air was still thick with tradition and anticipation of a new season, change came to Notre Dame Saturday. Gone was Lou Holtz, who patrolled the sidelines in South Bend for 11 years. In his place, former defensive coordinator Bob Davie, who promised a more wide-open attack to entertain the 21,000 more fans who could cram in to see their Irish in their newly expanded stadium. Davie's first test, the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. Rededication day in South Bend, new turf, new press box, new coach, Bob Davie. First big decision in the third quarter, tied at 10. 4th and goal at the Tech 1. Davie goes for it, but Clement Stokes is stopped by the Yellow Jacket defense. But the Irish get a break, offsides Tech. So let's do it again. And the Irish fail again. Ken Berry this time, problems with the handoff. He stopped short of the goal line. George O'Leary is very happy. Fourth quarter, 13-10 Tech. Ron Paulus throws right. Jason Bostic with the fabulous play for Tech. Watch as he juggles, falls down, and holds on. That is a basic interception. A great one. 1 of 2 thrown by Paulus. The Irish get it back, though, with under 3 minutes to go. Paulus to Autry Denson, who just scooches the ball in over the goal line. Notre Dame wins 17-13. Said Denson, who accounted for 44 of the 70 yards in the winning drive. On the sidelines, we made up our minds. Death before defeat. Paulus, 18 of 29 for 217 yards and the 2 picks. Colorado State, Colorado. Ralphie III back for another season for CU. Second quarter, Colorado State trails 7-0. Moses Moreno to Kevin McDougal. All alone, that's a 9-yard touchdown. Ties the game up at 7. But the Colorado D, tough. Ask Moreno. Shovel pass and then shovel Moreno, who's almost split in 2 by Colorado defenders, but somehow he was all right. As you will see here, as he goes up top on the next drive, a perfect pass to Darren Hall, a 61-yard touchdown. CSU up by 7 at the half. But in the second half, the momentum changes on the opening drive when Rashidi Barnes picks off Moreno, takes it 26 yards for the score. That ties us at 14. Colorado State gets the ball back, and on the next possession, another interception, this time by Marcus Washington. Moreno 14 of 22 for 215 yards and the 2 picks. Colorado has the ball in CSU territory. John Hessler to Phil Savoy, a 6-yard touchdown. So Colorado goes on to win it 31-21. John Hessler completed 5 passes to Savoy for 73 yards of his 223 passing yards on the day. The Buffs have now beaten the Rams 7 straight times. They outgained State 345-285 and outrushed them 122-70. Doug Johnson show for Florida against Central Michigan as he finds Jamie Richardson. 9 yards, 4-7-0. How about still in the first quarter, 14-0. Terry Jackson goes 50 yards It's 21-0. Still in the first quarter, Jaquez Green, 16 yards, 28-0. Now 28-3 in the second quarter. Rod Frazier for 12. Florida up 35-3. In the second quarter, Johnson to Jackson again. Some nice moves. I believe we have a blowout. It's 42-3 in the second quarter. Richardson again, another touchdown, 28 yards, 49-3 Florida, making Jackson for a third time. Florida wins by a little bit, 82-6. Doug Johnson ties an NCAA record by throwing 7 touchdown passes. Get this, all of them were in the first half. It's the most points scored by the Gators since they beat Southern in 1913, 144-0. Florida has a week off to rest before they host Tennessee.
When Michael Chang goes to bed at night, his mind could be filled with haunting thoughts. Chang won the French Open in 1989. He hasn't won a Grand Slam title since. When's he going to win another? The obvious answer, when Pete Sampras retires. But Sampras was knocked out of the U.S. Open, leaving the second-seeded Chang with a golden opportunity. Chang and Patrick Rafter in the men's semifinal. Chang focused. First set, Rafter comes in off the serve, sets up Chang with a first backhand, then puts the second backhand away. Rafter won the first 2 sets. Third set, Chang showing some life. Chang charges off the short return. Rafter lobs it to the baseline. Watch Chang. A spectacular overhead smash, please. But Rafter was all over the net. The Australian stretching from one side to the other and putting it away. Rafter wins it 6-3, 6-3, 6-4. Chang was visibly upset afterwards, said he, "I hope that perseverance will pay off one day. It wasn't meant to be." For Rafter, it will be his first ever Grand Slam final. He said, "It was one of those days when everything worked for me." Elsewhere, Greg Ruzetsky, 24th birthday against Jonas Bjorkman, the ace, 133 miles an hour. First set to Ruzetsky, 6-1. Zoom ahead to the 5th set. Bjorkman trying to stay alive, down 6-5. But Ruzetsky rips the forehand down the line. Match point now. Ruzetsky, who is he, by the way, winds up and blasts another forehand, and he advanced to his first Grand Slam final, wins the 5th set, 7-5. He's the first British player to make the finals of the U.S. Open since 1936. Ruzetsky wore a black ribbon in honor of Princess Diana and won despite a throat infection, says Ruzetsky, who had been knocked out of the U.S. Open in the first round the last 3 years. "I'm just proud I can put a smile on some people's face because of the tennis."
Curtis Enos has taken his first giant steps towards a possible Heisman for Penn State. But the big question in Nittany Lion Land concerns their 5th-year quarterback who got his first start on Saturday. We'll check in on Penn State and Pittsburgh. Also, coming up, Stanford tries to build on last year's success with Chad Hutchinson riding the controls. Another Cardinal on a big-time power trip. Mark McGwire playing in the thin air of Colorado. NASCAR circuit goes under the lights and spins out in Richmond. Chris Mortonson has the word on Steve Young's plans to return. We will return.
Bob and Judith Akers looked forward to the day they could retire to a little business by the sea.
No easy project to take on alone. Fortunately, a Dean Witter broker was there to help them chart the proper course.
Each individual's dream is unique. So too must be our solutions.
Now the Akers not only have a place they can call home, others can too.
Be back at 10.
We'll leave the light on. At Dean Witter,
We measure success one investor at a time.
My parents just showed me how to get streaming video over the internet.
My dad showed me this cool real-time radio station online.
Matt, what's the matter?
It's my parents. They still have a 28.8 modem.
U.S. Robotics 56K modem download at incredible speeds, so you can finally unlock the true power of the internet.
Hey, we were all 28.8 users once.
The U.S. Robotics 56K modem from 3Com. Buy one now and get $50 cash back.
Welcome to Park Avenue, a place of quiet power, a place of quiet confidence, a place of quiet refuge. On Park Avenue, there is no quieter place than Park Avenue. The all-new Park Avenue by Buick, the power of understatement.
Still have your pay stubs from your college job?
Why would they need that?
You never know.
At Countrywide Home Loans, we've put our branch managers in charge of the entire home loan process.
I could sure use those statements.
Still looking.
We have no loan committee.
Hi, just checking in again.
Peter, I think I have everything I need from you.
It's okay. I don't want to rush the loan committee.
I am the loan committee.
What?
Your loan is approved.
That was quick.
Countrywide. Easy, really.
Mike McQueary grew up in the shadows of Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania, which of course made him a diehard fan of Notre Dame. But McQueary stayed home to go to school at Penn State. He had to wait for Kerry Collins and Wally Richardson to leave before he finally got his first collegiate start Saturday as a fifth-year senior against Pittsburgh. Joe Paterno going for career win number 290. Second quarter, good Lions defense. Pete Gonzalez drops back the pass and has no shot. Courtney Brown takes him down with a sack. Still in the second, here's Mike McQueary trying to lead the Lions on third down. Joe Juravicius is wide open in the end zone. You just can't do that. That's a 14-yard touchdown catch. Lions up 17-3. And here is Curtis Enos, the Heisman hopeful, 4-yard touchdown. The Lions win it. McQueary threw for a school record 366 yards on 21 of 36 passing in his first collegiate start, breaking Todd Blackledge's mark of 358 set against Miami in 1981. Curtis Enos finished with 85 yards on 20 carries with 2 touchdowns. This was the first meeting between these two schools since 1992. They will play each other, though, for the next 3 years. 17th ranked Stanford hosting San Jose State. San Jose quarterback Brian Vive finding Oliver Newell on the play action, and he gets away. 49 yards for the touchdown. 2-point conversion failed. Stanford up 21-6. San Jose State driving here, but John Haskins takes it away. That's the pick in the score 22 yards later. So the Cardinal hang on to win it. Chad Hutchinson threw for 302 yards and a touchdown, also an interception for the Cardinal, who've won 6 straight games, their longest winning streak since 1991. State has lost 18 straight non-conference ball games. Rutgers and Texas down 7-0 in the second, 3rd and 2, when Ricky Williams, a Heisman candidate himself, goes to the outside and nobody touches him. 74 yards later, that's a touchdown for the Longhorns, tied at 7. Next, Texas series, 1st and 10 from the Rutgers 32 when James Brown, maybe a Heisman for him. 32 yards to Wayne McGarity for the TD. Texas up 13-7. And now Brown is sacked in the second quarter for a 24-yard loss, but a bigger loss is he went out with a sprained ankle. Texas wins big 48-14. Trainers say that the injury to Brown is not serious, but they aren't speculating on how much time he could miss. Ricky Williams, 155 yards and 3 TDs for Texas. Longhorns had 3 turnovers in the first half, but they broke open the game with a 28-point third quarter.
No one would say it, but opposing drivers had to be a little uneasy about Dale Earnhardt's being cleared to race in the Exide Batteries 400. 4 days of tests found no medical reason for why Earnhardt fell asleep twice in last week's Southern 500, so he was cleared to race. But if you're on the track, you have to be thinking, what if he falls asleep again and my car is near his car? To the activity. Lap 14. Number 99, Jeff Burton spins in front of the whole pack. All the racers able to avoid him. Also involved in the incident, looking from Hut Strickland's car, number 28 car, Irvin drives up over number 6 car, Mark Martin. That's dicey. All racers, though, would continue. Jeff Burton came all the way from the back of the pack, passes number 27, Kenny Irwin, to move into the lead. Under 40 laps to go. Number 88, Dale Jarrett, passes number 99, Jeff Burton, because of some blockage there. Burton led for almost half the race. Final lap, Jarrett holds on for his 4th victory this season, his 13th career victory. Jarrett started 23rd and became the lowest starter to win the event since the track was redone in 1988. Jarrett wins for the first time in 20 career races at Richmond. As for Earnhardt, he was issue-free but finished 15th. He hasn't won in 51 races. Winston Cup points leader Jeff Gordon finished 3rd. Coming up on SportsCenter, the AL Central Division takes center stage as always. Matt Williams.
Tony, take a look at this.
Quick, get the camera.
The camera. Baby, I don't see nothing.
Check over there, baby. Just check over there.
I can't find nothing, baby.
Genius.
Baby, there ain't nothing here.
Hurry up. Will you just hurry?
I can't find it.
Get anything. Get something. Get a camcorder.
Baby, we ain't got no camcorder.
There's no faster, more advanced way to capture life's most incredible moments.
The Home Shopping Network. We have what you want.
Conferences, seminars,
A1 limousine for people going places.
Airports, train stations, cruise ships, casinos, sporting events, restaurants.
Anywhere you can imagine, A1 will get you there in style and at a price you can afford.
Operas, school trips, museums, amusement parks, ski areas, racetracks.
A1 Limousine for people going places.
Challenge me. Doubt me. Disrespect me. Tell me I'm too old. Tell me I can't remember my lines. Tell me I can't do a spit take. Tell me I can't get an Emmy nomination. Go ahead. I want you to.
Spin City, now on its new night, ABC Wednesday.
Doubleheader for the Cards and Rocks, game one, top of the second. Mark McGwire outgoing, 47th home run of the year, 13th in the National League. Cuts the Rocks lead to 4-2. Top of the sixth, tied at 4, Mike DeFelice. Back to the mound off Bailey's glove, but Jason Bates is there. Great double play. Top of the 13th, 8-7 Cards, 2 men aboard for Tom Pagnozzi.
Glances to second.
Double, that will score 2, and the Cards go on to win game one. The score was 10-7. And they played 13 innings. So Colorado's franchise best 9-game winning streak over. Dennis Eckersley got his first win in the NL in 11 years. Eck was 0-6 last season in his first year back in the National League since pitching for the Cubs. Delano DeShields goes 4 for 6. So they play 13 innings in game one and then have to play game two. And you know what? Had actually some empty seats at Coors Field. Rockies up 5-3 in the 7th. Willie McGee will chop one over the head of Andres Galarraga at first. 2 runs come in to score, and it ties the game at 5 runs apiece. It's now 6-5 Cards, bottom 8, Vinny Castilla. Solo home run to left, his 38th of the year. And the game is now tied at 6 runs apiece. Still tied at 6, bottom 9, winning run on second with 1 out. Castilla again, singles up the middle. Galarraga comes in with a winning run, and the Rockies win at 7-6 to earn a split of the doubleheader. Second game, as you saw, did not sell out. Colorado had its streak of 203 straight sellouts snapped. Darren Holmes, 1 inning of relief for the win. How about the Pirates and the Reds? Tony Womack, top of the first, leading off, and Womack will double off the wall. He would score on a sac fly later in the inning, and the Pirates would take the lead by the score of 1-0. Top of the third, Pirates up 3-zip. Sean Dunston has been great in just a week here with the Pirates. Dunston hits it out to left center. His 4th homer is a Pirate and 13th on the year. Pirates up at this point by the score of 4-0. Top of the 4th now, still 4-zip. Womack at the plate. Bunt, beats it out for the single, and the Pirates win it big, 13-4. A homer and 3 RBIs for Dunston. He's 9 for 20 in his 4 games with Pittsburgh. He was acquired from the Cubs last Sunday. 4 hits and 4 steals for Womack. Just Pittsburgh's 4th win in the last 13, says Womack. We knew we needed to get ourselves together. So the standings in summation in the NL Central. Houston loses. Pittsburgh wins. St. Louis splits a pair with Colorado. Houston leads Pittsburgh by 2.5. St. Louis is 6 games back. Houston and Pittsburgh have 5 meetings left.
Many fans in Cleveland were lying in wait for Albert Bell in his second trip back with the White Sox. Boos filled the air Friday night when fans thought Bell caught a ball in the outfield, but turns out it was Lyle Mouton. Said Mouton to the Cleveland fans, "It shows their stupidity. If they can't see my name and number on my uniform, those people are stupid." So another person to boo in Saturday's game for people in Cleveland. More guardrails put up in Cleveland to keep fans an extra 25 feet away from Albert Bell. Scoreless bottom of the first, tough sun at Jacobs Field. Manny Ramirez, long ball. Mike Cameron fights. His son holds on, or does he? No. He drops the ball and then wonders if the glove did it. Top of the third, Sox up 1-0 when Frank Thomas tees off against Bartolo Colon. 2-run shot, 31st of the year for the Big Hurt. Chicago up 3-zip. Indians down 5-4 in the 5th when Matt Williams, so hot, a 2-run shot off James Baldwin, 30th of the year. Tribe up 6-5. 2 batters later, Marquise Grissom with the man on. Off Baldwin. And that just clears the fence. 100th career home run for Grissom. Cleveland up 3. Indians up 2 in the 7th when Matt Williams delivers again. A solo shot this time, the 27th multi-home run game of Williams' career. He's batting .363 during his 22-game hitting streak with 6 homers and 26 RBI. Albert Bell 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. He blew kisses to the booing crowd when he flied out in the 9th. Third place Chicago, now 7 behind Cleveland in the Central. Second place Milwaukee in Boston. Pete Harnish's first start for the Brewers. Bottom of the 3rd, 2 out. Reggie Jefferson skies one off the monster. 2 for 4 was Jefferson as the Sox go up 3-1 on that 2 RBI hit. It was a double. Next batter, Will Cordero. Same spot, and it's another 2-run double. Sox up 5-1. Harnish pulled for Joel Adamson. Couldn't get out of the inning, and more trouble. A 2-run double for Scott Hatteberg. 6 doubles on the day for Boston. They go on to win 10-2. Harnish retired the first 8 Red Sox he faced and gave up 7 runs with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Cordero, Mo Vaughn, Nomar Garciaparra all had solo homers for the Sox, who broke a 7-game losing streak. Garciaparra's 2 RBI give him 85 for the year, tying Harvey Keene's major league record for leadoff hitters. So the Indians picked up a game on both Milwaukee and Chicago on Saturday. Tribe have to deal with a pair of doubleheaders in the coming days, but their lead is now 6 in the loss column over Milwaukee and a whopping 9 on the Sox. Wild card standings stay the same in the AL. Yanks, Angels, Brewers, all losers on Saturday. Anaheim and Milwaukee actually closer in their division races than they are in this wild card race.
The concussions keep coming, and now Steve Young's family is getting concerned. Young's father, LeGrand, BYU's leading rusher in 1959, says he's almost 36. He's had his run. What more could he accomplish? Steve's brother Mike is a physician. He says, as a doctor, this is a scary thing. With more on Young and other items from the NFL, here's the NFL Report with Chris Mortonson.
Young, who is 1 concussion away from a likely retirement, is scheduled to return to the San Francisco 49ers lineup a week from Sunday. When he does, agent Lee Steinberg wants a neurologist on the sidelines so that Young, if dinged, cannot talk himself back into the game as he did against the Buccaneers. Ow! It may have been ruled a legal hit when Giants linebacker Jesse Armstead nailed Jaguars quarterback Mark Brunell in preseason, but bad blood remains because of it. The Giants and Armstead are leery that Jaguars center Dave Weidel will try to settle a score Sunday. Weidel admitted there was something personal about the rematch this week before he was told to keep quiet by Jaguars coach Tom Coughlin. 45! Tyrone Wheatley did not get in a down last Sunday, while rookie Tiki Barber shined at running back, but his reported trade request was shot down by the Giants, who have neither the interest nor salary cap room to make a deal. Wheatley hasn't said anything directly to the Giants, and his agent, Joel Siegel, is serving a union suspension and therefore prohibited from making contact with the club. Likewise, Eric Rett would like to get out of Tampa because he also watched from the sideline in the Bucs win over the 49ers. The Bucs believe fullback Mike Allstat can be just as effective as a power runner, and coach Tony Dungy sees Warwick Dunn as a smaller version of Barry Sanders. So don't be surprised if Dunn is fed the ball 15 times or more when Tampa Bay faces the real Barry Sanders Sunday on the Silverdome AstroTurf. For now, Lions coach Bobby Ross has resisted an opportunity to trade for Chargers tight end Alfred Papunu, who is expendable with the emergence of Freddie Jones, the 2nd-round pick from North Carolina. The Indianapolis Colts are having a reunion of sorts Sunday when they play the New England Patriots. And yes, Eric Dickerson will be a surprise guest. A surprise because Dickerson's checkered career as a Colt included a suspension after he referred to then general manager Jim Irsay as Daffy Duck. But it was Irsay, now the owner, who invited Eric by leaving a message on Dickerson's answering machine that began, "Eric, this is Daffy Duck. Please call me back." With the NFL Report, I'm Chris Mortonson.
Sunday, week 2 in the National Football League. NFL Countdown previews all the day's action beginning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Change the music because we got to tell you about the other show. NFL Primetime, 7 p.m. Eastern, reviews all the day's action, all the highlights of all the games on NFL Primetime. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Coming up on SportsCenter, the Wildcats try to avoid the Demons against the Demon Deacons. Some trickery here. Would it be enough? We'll find out. And Ryan Sandberg may be quitting, but you wouldn't know it by how he's playing down the stretch.
I've been an engineer for Porsche for 26 years. We're looking for perfection, no? Such an elusive goal. Yet we see it all around us. It's the basis for being successful. The search for perfection needs support from partners. And one of these partners is Mobil. All Porsche engines are developed with Mobile One, and we tell owners to keep on using it. I think we have found with Mobile an excellent partner.
Explosive legs, bone-snapping jaws, a massive reinforced neck, flesh-shredding teeth, all controlled by a brain incapable of remorse. The Lost World, you're the T-Rex.
Competition is fierce at Bristol University, with thousands of applicants competing for less than 100 slots.
1580 on his SATs, 4.0 GPA average, student body president.
Who cares? Especially important are the teacher recommendations.
I've expressed my concern to Jason's parents about his excessive TV watching. He's been caught skipping school to attend football games.
Sounds like a Bristol man. He's in.
If Northwestern had a guaranteed win promotion, last September's game against Wake Forest would have fit the bill. The Wildcats were fresh off a Big Ten title and a Rose Bowl trip, while the Deacons were coming off a season with a grand total of 1 win. Northwestern lost last year and had a chance for revenge, though, Saturday in Winston-Salem against the Deacs. Second quarter, 6-3 Wake. Northwestern quarterback Tim Hughes back to punt, but that's a fake, and he passes deep to wide open Eric Collier, who tumbles out of bounds for the first down. Next play, Hughes with the screen pass to Brian Musso, and he passes downfield to Jay Tant, the tight end. A 28-yard gain sets up a touchdown. Northwestern up 10-6. Third quarter, Wake up 13-10 when their quarterback, Brian Cooklick, drops back and hits Desmond Clark. Separates nicely. That's a 38-yard touchdown. Wake up 20-10. Same score in the fourth quarter, 4th and inches, and Wake goes for it, and Morgan Kane gets it. That sets up another touchdown. Wake up 27-10. Here's your onside kick later on. Northwestern down by 7. Wake recovers, and that is 2 upsets in 2 years for the Demon Deacons. Wake Forest had 24 first downs, Northwestern just 14. Deacon quarterback Brian Cooklick directed 3 second-half TD drives. Said Wake coach Jim Caldwell of his 2-0 record against the Wildcats, "There's no magic, we're just getting better." North Carolina, Mac Brown, their head coach, Tar Heels, making a lot of noise. People expect them to anyway this season. First quarter, no score. Chris Keldorf is picked off by Kywin Supernaw of Indiana. That leads to an IU field goal. Second quarter, Carolina down by that field goal when Oscar Davenport pitches to Jonathan Linton for the touchdown. Linton had 121 yards. Keldorf can only watch. Carolina up 10-3 now when Jay Rogers is intercepted by Dre Bly. Had 11 picks last year, gets 1 for Carolina. That sets up a 1st and 10. Octavius Barnes catches the Chris Keldorf 26-yard touchdown pass. And then in the fourth quarter, more scorage for Carolina. Algie Crumpler, please. UNC wins 23-6. Keldorf, 30 pounds lighter than last year, threw 3 interceptions. Dre Bly, the first freshman defensive player to ever be named first-team All-American, now in a tie for 2nd place on Carolina's all-time interception list, and he's only a sophomore. Jason Spear, 120 yards for Indiana, led by first-year coach Cam Cameron.
These are bad times for the Mets' Todd Hundley. His mother is sick with liver cancer and is in the hospital in the Chicago area because of a blood infection. With the Mets at the Cubs, it's given Hundley a chance to visit his mother. Says Hundley, to see her not be able to get out of bed, if that doesn't rock your world, nothing will. The Mets and Cubs again on Saturday. Wind blowing out, you know what that means. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Mets. The former Met, Lance Johnson, gone. His 4th home run of the year ties the game at 1. Still tied at 1 at the top of the 7th. Brian McRae, also involved in that trade between the Cubs and the Mets. Base hit to right, and it's 2-1 Mets. Bottom of the 8th, tied at 4. John Franco on for the Mets. This is after Mel Rojas had been battered around. Franco gives up a 3-run home run to Scott Service. 6th of the year for Service. Bobby Valentine's got some loose teeth, and Chicago wins it by the final score of 7-5. The former Cub, Mel Rojas, a disaster in his first game against the Mets since becoming against the Cubs since becoming a Met. The Cubs get 5 runs in the 8th, 2 of them off Rojas, who was booed at Wrigley. Says Rojas, fans are fans. I don't pay attention to the fans. Service goes 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. So the wild card race in the NL, Florida leads the Giants by 6. The Mets are 7 games out. Phillies in the Expos. Top of the first, Kurt Schilling against Mark Grudzielanek. Strike 1. strike 2, and strike 3. 3 strikes, 3 pitches. Still top of the first. Schilling gets Vladimir Guerrero to strike out. Scoreless bottom of the second. Schilling getting some help from his defense. Tony Barron here. Great grab. How about Greg Jeffries? We have a defensive sighting for Greg Jeffries, and it helps because he was focused. When you're focused, you can do things like this. Greg Jeffries, great grab. 5-3 Phillies, bottom of the 9th, tying run at the plate. Schilling gets the pinch hitter Darren Fletcher to ground to first. He covers the bag himself for the final out. So Schilling doing it all, and the Phils win at 5-3. Schilling struck out 10. He now has 290 strikeouts for the year. That's 20 shy of Steve Carlton's all-time single-season team record. Schilling needs 10 strikeouts to become the first NL pitcher to strike out 300 since Houston's Mike Scott in 1986. The Phils now have won 5 out of 6. Coming up on SportsCenter, UTEP and LSU, and that play is dead because the helmet comes off. We'll explain after this.
It's your first company picnic.
Nice tie, sir.
Time to advance the old career.
Nice party, boss.
And get a little FaceTime with the boss.
Nice scalp, sir.
Don't let bitter beer stand in your way. Drink Keystone, America's never bitter beer. Never a bad taste, never a bitter face.
Have you met my daughter?
We've met all right.
Stop making faces. Drink Keystone.
So, I've been thinking a lot about us. And, well, I guess what I'm just trying to say is, will you marry me?
Okay, sure. Why not?
Really?
Yeah.
Hush puppies. We invented casual.
Thursday night.
If Alabama takes Vandy lightly, that'd be a mistake. A couple times they've gone into Music City and almost faced the music.
Alabama Vanderbilt. Thursday night at 8. Only on ESPN.
UTEP LSU, first quarter. LSU's up 14-zip. Quarterback Herb Tyler drops back. Larry Foster, does he have it or not? They said he did, and you know what? He didn't. But play stands. Touchdown. Second quarter, Kevin Falk returns a punt on the bounce. He's coming this way, and he doesn't like this way, so he goes that way. The ball is loose. Joe Rissillo grabs it and takes off, but they take off his helmet, and in college football, the play is called dead right there. You take off the helmet, you can't advance. Maybe they should always take off guys' helmets. Later that quarter, still 21-0 LSU. Falk, touchdown, and LSU goes on to win 55-3. It's the first ever meeting between these two. Texas-El Paso may want to consider it the only meeting. 3 first-half TDs for Falk, who finished with 84 yards. He did leave the game in the third quarter with a slightly pulled hammy. LSU scored 3 touchdowns in the first 12 minutes and never looked back. Appalachian State and Clemson, that's how you get strong. Second quarter, Appalachian State up 6-3. Clemson QB Nealon Green, 23-yard touchdown to Brian Wolford. Clemson's up 10-6. Third quarter, Clemson still up 10-6. Raymond Priester goes 38 yards here for a touchdown. Clemson up 16-3, and they go on to win by the final count of 23-12. Green threw for a career-high 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, says Green, who completed 20 of 31 passes. I just felt like I was in a rhythm. Priester gained 138 yards, his 5th game in a row over 100 yards. Elsewhere, Kansas State all over Northern Illinois, 47-7. Michael Bishop is a JC transfer who threw 4 touchdown passes and ran for 1, all in the first half. Bishop was actually named K-State starting quarterback just last week. Northern Illinois has been outscored now 91-17 in its first 2 games.
Back to baseball, John Burkett facing Tom Evans of the Blue Jays, and Evans greets him rudely. His first career home run for Tom Evans makes it 2-0 Toronto. Top of the 8th, Pat Henkin with the shutout still intact, but Juan Gonzalez, your basic shutout killer, does it with 1 swing of the bat. 34th of the year for Juan. He has 11 career home runs at Skydome, 2-1 Jays. Top of the 9th, Calvin Escobar in to save it, and he strikes out Domingo Cedeno. And then another strikeout, Mark Sagmon. And finally, Jim Leyritz. Escobar strikes out the side to earn his 11th save of the year. Yes, he did. Pat Henkin won his 15th of the year, giving up 6 hits in 8 innings, retiring 11 of the first 12 batters he faced. John Burkett did take the loss, failing in his 7th attempt for career win number 100. A's and the Royals, 4-0 Oakland top 5th. Scott Spezio against Kevin Napier with 2 men on, and he lines one off the right field wall. That's going to be a double. Brent Maine, Mark Bellhorn score. It's 6-0 Oakland. Spezio leading the American League second baseman in fielding percentage, and we'll show you why. Bottom of the 7th, Jay Bell grounds one up the middle, and Spezio grabs it, going towards the outfield. He throws him out on the 1 hop. Spezio and the A's go on to win it. Andrew Lorraine won for the 3rd time in 4 starts for the A's, giving up 2 runs in 6 innings. The A's have won back-to-back games now for the first time since August 14th and 15th. Up ahead, Northern Iowa got money in the bank, but Iowa countered with the banks of their own. Tavian Banks running wild in the Hawkeyes opener. More college football ahead on SportsCenter.
Sometimes your day is filled with twists and turns. Handle it. Dunlop Tires.
I never lost my love of football, just some quickness. Zoom Air gives me the chance to pursue a dream. Feel low to the ground, speedy. And I'll need speed to play with guys like them. I'll take this, too.
Oh, the Jets. They're good.
We beat the Colts.
Another strong team.
Putting on my Zoom Air shoes that day, I could feel some of the old Namath nimbleness start to return.
The NFL is back, and it's better than ever. Now, Sports Illustrated wants you to grab on to the ultimate football package. 3 great football gifts, a limited edition NFL Team Sports Watch, and the official video of your favorite team, both free with your paid subscription. Plus, SI's Pro Football Spectacular, free when you use your credit card. Gotta have it! Gotta have it! Your rugged Team Sports Watch is water resistant and features the logo of your favorite team. Whether you want a classic or a hot new design, the choice is yours. With your official NFL team video, you'll get amazing highlights you won't want to miss. Call now. Get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 57% off the cover price.
But we're not done yet.
Use your credit card and we'll also send you SI's own Pro Football Spectacular free. It's the ultimate football package, free from Sports Illustrated and nowhere else. Get into it.
Iowa with reason to talk trash all day against Northern Iowa. You'll see, why? First play of scrimmage. Iowa's Tavian Banks fakes the reverse and hangs on. This turned out to be a very good decision. He breaks loose for a 63-yard touchdown. Iowa up 7-0 that quickly, and Hayden Fry is enjoying his beverage. Second quarter, Iowa up 10-0. No trickery this time, just straight ahead blocking stuff. Banks goes down the left sideline, a 40-yard score. 17-0 Hawkeyes. After the Panthers fumble the ensuing kickoff, Matt Sherman gets involved, faking the handoff to Banks and then finding Tim Dwight in the end zone. 27-yard touchdown, 2 TDs in 24 seconds. Iowa's most lopsided win since 1914. Banks a career high, 203 yards on the ground, 3 scores. Northern Iowa picked up $300,000 for playing this game. Iowa coach Hayden Fry said, "I imagine they're happy for the money, but can you imagine how those players feel?"
Syracuse, Oklahoma, 4th quarter. Travian Smith blocks his second punt of the game. Cedric Jones has got it, and he's in there for the touchdown. Sooners up 36-28. Syracuse is still down. Syracuse, another heartbreaking loss as Oklahoma wins at 36-34. The Sooners end an 8-game home losing streak. 31 carries and 239 yards for Damon Parker. The second straight heartbreaking loss for Syracuse, which drops to 1-2. 2 blocked punts and a blocked field goal helped the Sooners to the victory. And coming up on SportsCenter, a look at perhaps the best college football player you may not know about. We'll explain after this.
Next, Billy. I found all kinds of things on this totally cool new website called inthegardenstate.com. It's got all kinds of rad stuff about our area. You know, dining, travel, business. Like my mom used it to find a new job. Dad used it to get directions and a map. And my dorky sister uses it to find out what's on TV. And me, I go right to the sports. Whatever you do, don't tell anybody about it, because you'll never get on your computer again. inthegardenstate.com. So simple, even an adult can use it.
See the greatest in the game at the Core States Fall Classic. New Jersey's premier golf spectacular returns on September 29th to Forest Gate Country Club in Monroe Township. The 1997 Fall Classic lineup includes Nancy Lopez, Chichi Rodriguez, Paul Azinger, and Gary McCord in a celebrity exhibition and skins game. Reserve your tickets to see these golf stars put their $1 million games on display to benefit the Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Call 609-860-1221 to reserve now and join us.
Years, ESPN has been working to improve sports for the fan.
Designed to extend the season for fans in places like frigid Lambeau Field, the Toasty Ball is heated by a small plutonium furnace. But at 130 degrees, it's too hot to handle.
But experiments like Toasty Ball did lead to a breakthrough in coverage for all sports. ESPN Sports Zone. With Chris Mortonson's column, drive charts, everything you need to be a better fan. ESPN Sports Zone. Technology for you.
We have the Canadian Open. Justin Leonard on 16 looking for par. He would bogey the hole and finish with 3 consecutive bogeys. Steve Jones on 15, his second shot. Over the lake. And within a couple of feet of the hole, Jones birdied the hole and went to 4 under. Nice applause. Greg Norman on 16, his third shot from the rough. Chips it onto the green, rolling. Right next to the pin. Norman would par the hole to stay at 4 under. Final hole, Jones for par. Yes! And it counts. So Steve Jones leads Greg Norman by 1 stroke. Norman wore all black to honor Princess Diana. Norman got up at 5:45 in the morning and says he watched the funeral for 5 hours. Says Norman, that was the most powerful morning I've ever had. Norman says he respected the charitable work Diana did. After 3 rounds of the European Masters, Nick Faldo leads the tourney. Faldo shot a 300 par 68, leads by 1 stroke. Faldo hasn't won in Europe in 3 seasons. Faldo says he's playing better because he stopped moving his head in the middle of his swing. The second round of the Seniors Bank One Classic, Al Geiberger, a 1-stroke lead. He hasn't won in 19 events. He says it's nice to be in contention for a change.
College football, Utah visiting Louisville. Third quarter, Utes up 10-7 with Chris Redman. Goes up top. Arnold Jackson right there over the middle. Perfect pass, a perfect 86-yard touchdown play. Cardinals up 14-10. But Utah comes right back in the third. Jonathan Crosswhite to Kevin Dyson. Touchdown. Utah goes on to win it, 27-21. Southern Mississippi and Illinois, third quarter, 10-zip Southern Miss. Jamal Alexander picks off Mark Hoekstra, and he goes all the way 21 yards for the touchdown. Southern Miss easy, 24-7. Marshall against Army. Keep your eyes on number 88. Randy Moss makes all kind of moves, including the hurdle play, and goes stiff arm 90 yards for the touchdown. 5 catches for 186 yards for Moss. Marshall beats Army by 10. Central Florida and South Carolina. Central Florida up 17-14 in the third. Dante Culpepper dumps it off to Siaha Burley. And Burley with the moves. And a good first name, too. 49 yards for the touchdown. Central up 10. But the Gamecocks come back at home in the fourth. Anthony Wright to Jamal Kelly in the end zone. 20 straight points for the Gamecocks. They go on to win 33-31. Scores keep coming. Feel free to hum along as Bill turns up the music. And a bear named Bobby, the most golden bear of all. Even more college football just around the corner on SportsCenter.
Oh, dammi una casa dove il buffalo gira, dove I cervi stanno a giocar. Non si sentano mai una brutta parola e il cielo non fa oscuro mai.
Introducing Navigator from Lincoln. What a luxury should be.
We're asking baseball fans to try Wheaties, the breakfast of champions.
This tastes really good. Kind of like wakes the mouth up, you know? It's the flavor that I like about it. It's got a lot of taste to it.
Try the championship taste of Wheaties.
I gotta pick up some Wheaties, without a doubt.
Break away from the pack with the hardest checking, smoothest skating, most realistic game on ice. NHL Breakaway 98 from Acclaim Sports for PlayStation and Windows 95. Sweat the details.
And Michael Caine is now looking at maybe a 2-point conversion to try and win it right now. They are, in fact, going to go for it. I like it.
What a gutsy move by Michael Caine. Barnett. Got it! Wolfpack win the ball game! An incredibly gutsy call by Michael Caine. And it's bedlam on the field right now.
Here's a look at how they'll stack up for Sunday afternoon's kart race in Monterey, to be seen on ESPN at 3 Eastern. Alex Zanardi can clinch the points title by finishing 6th or better. Gilles de Ferran, 37 points behind. He starts 8 spots back. And France's Jean Alesi has his first pole position of the season for Sunday morning's Italian Grand Prix. Jacques Villeneuve starts in the 4th slot. Points leader Michael Schumacher will start 9th, and you can see that on ESPN2 at 7:45 Eastern on Sunday.
More college football. Cal and Houston. New Cal quarterback Justin Vetter hooks up with the senior wideout Bobby Shaw, and Shaw is gone. 50 yards for the TD. Cal wins 35-3. How about Boston College against Temple? Temple's El Marco Jackson takes a kickoff, breaks not 1, not 2, but 3 tackles and goes all the way 95 yards down the sideline. Temple wins 28-21. East Carolina and West Virginia. Dan Gonzalez pitches to Jason Nichols, rolls out and hits Troy Smith. 40 yards for the touchdown. ECU up 7-3. Third quarter, ECU up 17-10, but Nate Terry takes a kickoff. 100 yards the other way for the score. Ties the game at 17. West Virginia would go on to win 24-17. Other scores now from the world of college football as we cue the band. And coming up, something you hopefully don't know about passing yardage in college football.
Jock Jams ever! Jock Jams Volume 3 from ESPN and Tommy Boy Music. It's awesome, baby!
Alex Zanardi, a masterful season. Monterey, a beautiful track. This is where he can clinch the points title. The Toyota Grand Prix of Monterey, today at 3 on ESPN.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The White Sox try to keep their fading hopes alive in the AL Central as they visit Cleveland. That's Sunday night right here at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Sundays for baseball, Mondays for football at 7:30 Eastern. Prime Monday comes your way. Mike Tirico and company looking at Sunday's big stories and getting you ready for Monday Night Football. At 9 Eastern, switch over to ABC, the 0-1 Kansas City Chiefs against the 0-1 Oakland Raiders. An AFC West battle at 9 Eastern on ABC's Monday Night Football. Earlier in this edition of SportsCenter, we showed you Heisman Trophy candidate Peyton Manning passing for 341 yards as Tennessee beat UCLA. It was Manning's 10th career 300-yard passing game.
Did you know the Division I record for most career 300-yard passing games is 33, set by BYU's Ty Detmer from 1988 to 1991. Detmer is the all-time leading passer in NCAA Division I history. And if you have a Did You Know, drop us a line on the internet. Our address is ESPN.com.
And that'll do it for this edition of SportsCenter. I'm Pam Ward.
I'm Bill Pidto. Thank